What's up, Scrappy peeps? It's Adele from Inkie Quill, and today I'm doing this cute little multiple photo layout for you. So the large black and white photo is a 3x4, and the smaller one, I think it's 2x1.5, possibly. It's from 4 of them fit on a 4x6. It's whatever size that is. So I decided today to do a 6x12 layout because I really am enjoying this size of paper. It's long and skinny, and I really enjoy it. So I'm using a sheet of the Cocoa Vanilla paper from Bohemian Dream, and I freaking love it. It's beautiful. So this is a photo, well, these are photos of one of my friends, Shannon, and little Archie Bear, and I kind of wanted to do this clumpy grid, I guess you could call it. That's the technical term that I'm using, where not everything lines up, but everything connects in the middle. Usually, well, previously when I've done grid style layouts, there's one in my Get Kitted online class, which if you haven't checked it out, it's over at inkiequill.com. But there is I don't think I've done a grid layout where I've mushed them all together. There's always a gap in between the photos and the other elements on the page. So I decided to try something new, and that's always fun too. And I wanted to use this paper mainly because it's pretty, and when I think of my friend Shannon, I think of prettiness because she is pretty. And also the main photo is black and white, and it's so easy to coordinate colors when you've got a black and white photo. You can do anything you like. So I thought it was a good opportunity to whip it out, and because I don't have a lot of photos that are purpley, I guess. With what I wear and what Archie wears, mostly it's blue, so I always go for blue or pink, but I thought this would be a good chance to use this collection. So I'm adding some tissue paper here, some hot pink tissue paper, and also some black and white spotty one, and I'm just kind of making the second photo a little bit layery, and the reason why I did that is because, and not to the other photo, is because I wanted the black and white photo to pop out by being so plain. And I know that's not usually my MO, but I think it works in the end. So I want to do some mixed media, and I'm using my Basil Marshmallow cardstock like usual. It's the cardstock I always use. Once I have a bit of time, this spray bottle is clogged. I need to get a new lid for it. Getting very frustrated. It's one of my favourite colours too. It's the pink, it's pink distress stain. It's very, very light. So I decided to completely change my direction and go with blue. Why not? Archie's wearing blue, and like I said, it's a colour I often go for. So I'm just using I think it's called Blueprint Sketch, which is a Tim Holtz distress stain, and I may have used the equivalent one, Midnight, I think it might be called just Midnight Blue in Dilutions. There's only, in both of those ranges of inks, there's only 2 really dark blue ones. So by adding the water first, it kind of, what word am I looking for? It kind of splurges the ink a little bit. And then if you're new to my channel, I do this really easy technique with these water-soluble inks that I use, and you just drip water on them and then soak it up, and it makes it all mottly and looks like you've done a lot of effort when you really haven't. And so I'm just using this as the background. You don't end up seeing a lot of it, but you do end up seeing it peeking behind, and I knew that, which is why I didn't do too much in the middle there. There is a big patch where there's not a lot going on. Just using my heat gun to dry it off. Heat guns are really handy if you're into mixed media, or if you're wanting to start mixed media. You don't need one. You can just use a hairdryer, or just use patience, which I don't have, and wait. It's a bit hard when I'm filming. I'm filming these videos in tiny pockets of time for you guys, so quite often I will leave a layout because Archie wakes up crying, and it's just easier to dry everything as quickly as possible. So I decide this photo, it does need something. It needs a tiny border of something. So I'm kind of working out what exactly it needs, and I decided to trim it down slightly so I'll be able to use the cut apart sheet if I want to. And I'm having a look and trying to find out what works, and I decided to go for this kind of painty one, which I absolutely love, and it's very subtle. Like when you look at that pattern you go, oh Adele, that's not a subtle pattern, but when you put it in with the mixed media background and everything else that's going on the page, it does become a lot more subtle. I decided to actually add a white border first. I think I do the white first because it needed a teeny slither of white to separate it from that paint because it was blending in a bit too much. So I'm just using printer paper, just regular old white thin printer paper. And now can you see the difference? By putting it on that colored paper, it just pops. The photo just stands out and it doesn't blend into the background. Next up, I'm going to get to my little photo, and I think I raise it up on craft foam. So like I was saying, if you're a beginner of scrapbooking, I am thinking next year maybe, because I do get a lot of questions from beginners, which I love. Keep them coming. I do try to answer the comment section when I can, but I would like to do a beginner class, I think, like a 101 scrapbooking, and tell you about what you do need and what you don't need straight away, as in 50 million core kits, which is what I bought when I started Project Life. You do not need all of the core kits. So I'm thinking about that. I've also got 2 classes that I want to film before that. I've got one that will hopefully, if my work days continue and no one else gets sick or anything else, touch wood, happens like it has the last 2 months, I will hopefully have a class up after Christmas. There's a little something I'm working on. And then another one maybe around my birthday in March. We'll see what happens. Or around Archie's birthday, because it's about Archie. Ooh, a little sneak hint there. So I'm just using some craft foam here, and I'm on a bit of a tangent today. I've just finished filming 4 art journaling videos for my second channel, Let's Get Inkie, and my brain is still, you know, when you get in a creative space and your brain is still racing about what you want to make next. Well, my brain's doing that, but I wanted to sit down and quickly record, edit this video and record this voiceover before Archie gets dropped off home, because once he gets dropped home, it's feeding time and bath time, and all the time for me is timed out. So I wanted to get this video done, but my brain is still like, oh, I could do this, I could do that, because just watching this video has inspired me to try and paint some of those florals, like the one that the beautiful Zoe designed for Cocoa Vanilla. I would love to have a go at painting some watercolor floral designs, so I'm a bit all over the place this afternoon. So I decided to title this one Love You. I don't know what collection these stickers belong to, I'm sorry. I did just recently buy them, and I don't know what collection they go with. It's not an Amy Tan one. I don't think it's Dear Lizzie. It doesn't look like her font. I don't know. So I'm using some of the Cocoa Vanilla Bohemian Dream embellishments that I grabbed at a recent retreat, and they are bursting with florals, and I may have to make an order and buy some more, because the florals are just deliciously beautiful. I'm trying to figure out, usually I'm not this indecisive with where to put things. I just stick and plonk, you know, that's my motto. But I did decide to kind of, I'm an hour about where to put those little butterflies. I wasn't quite sure. So next up, I decided to do something I've never done with these butterflies, because butterflies, here's a fun fact. I have a butterfly phobia. Yep. A legit butterfly phobia. I've talked about many of my other phobias before. You probably think I'm scared of life, but I'm not. There's just several things that I'm very scared of. I am terrified of butterflies and moths. I don't like their flying patterns. They're too sporadic, just like crickets. Never trust a cricket. It may be turning the other way, but wham, it turns around and jumps onto you. I don't like butterflies. I love looking at them. I can appreciate a drawing of them. I can appreciate them from a distance. But if there's a butterfly in the garden and I'm walking to my car, nope. I will walk back inside. So I don't usually use butterflies in my stuff because I don't have them around. It's not a go-to image that I go for, but I decided to make these butterflies a little bit less scary for me, and to add some little tissue paper behind them and give them a bit of dimension. So I'm doing the lazy thing in that I'm stapling that tissue paper on and just kind of ruffling it behind the butterflies. And I know in my albums that they will eventually go flat because the weight of all of the other pages, but it's just a nice little floaty, dreamy, pretty feature that I wanted to add to this pretty layout. So next up, I was tossing up between putting like a leaf in there or a feather with the butterflies, but I decided to leave it as is. But there's something missing. First up, I need some journaling. And then I also have to do some hardy shine. I recently discovered, do you remember when crepe paper came out with Craft Market and Confetti? I think that was the name of it. 2 collections basically at the same time, and they both had these tiny word sticker sheets. Crepe paper, if you're listening, please bring these back for every collection from here forward because we love them. They sold out everywhere, and I was lucky enough to buy, I think I bought like 8 packets of each one. I'm pretty sure this is my last full pack that I have reached for, and I'm hoarding it. I really am. It's that gold foil and black that I love so dearly. I decided to add a little bit of washi behind the tiny word sticker just to give it a little extra pink down the bottom, because I do like my pages to have like a trickling of colours from the top to the bottom. I think that just makes the page look a little bit more cohesive and like kind of a bit more purposeful, I guess you could say. We're going too deep into scrapbooking now, Adele. Back it up. But I do think that just design-wise, it's nice to have colours repeat in 3 different areas. So you've kind of got the pink on the... Oh, well, I've got 4. The pink on the butterflies, the pink of the flowers, the pink on the tissue paper, and the pink of the washi. And I also have the pink of that little word sticker. There's a lot of pink on this layout. But that's just how I roll. Would you believe it that I used to hate the colour pink? Like intense passion, hated the colour pink. I think part of that reason was that my high school, I went to an all-girls high school, and our sports shirt was the most hottest fuchsia pink that you could imagine, paired with like a royal blue. And with my red hair, pasty skin, braces, and big wire glasses, I looked so good in that hot pink sports shirt. So I think I kind of had a bit of like post-traumatic stress disorder from the hot pink. Not really, I'm just kidding. But I from wearing it so much at school, I just disliked it. By the way, talking about school uniforms, I read a thing the other day about the efforts that like high schoolers in America are going to have designer wardrobes. I don't know how, if there are any teenage high schoolers watching this right now that have a non-uniform school, how do you do it? Like, I would not have coped with that in high school at all. It was hard enough. We had mufti days, which is where you wear like a different clothes for a day, usually to fundraise, bring a gold coin donation and fundraise for something. But that was hard enough as it was. There's little Archie sleeping. Right, we've gone on a major tangent here talking about school clothes, but doing some hardy shine. Shake. I miss the shake, but shake your hardy shine. Just doing a little bit up the top, trickling it down to the bottom, and then I'll probably do... Did I do this, Adele? Did I put some in that bottom corner? Yes. I do kind of like a triangle, like a chevron arrow design when I do my my clusters and my hardy shine. Jazz fingers time, so it's all done. So if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really does help my channel and helps me bring out more content to you guys. Whoop, chopping the butterfly wing, naughty butterfly overlapping. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I have 2 videos a week over here. Try to do a video a week on my second channel, Let's Get Inky. I also do daily vlogs on my vlog channel Monday to Friday, unless something happens with life. But I'll see you all very soon. Bye.